Go by it a couple times. There's something creating a big shadow right there. So we're gonna go. It's right off this point. How if they scanned it, how would they miss that? So I'm assuming it's nothing because they did have dive teams, but I don't want to be the guy that just says, "Oh, it's nothing" because it doesn't look like a car.
Hey Doug, Devin over here. We may have something.
Yeah, well, so I would say it was about 35 minutes from the time I left the boat ramp and was following the shoreline and found the vehicle. Now, I know somebody might even ask this later. I've gotten some questions on that. People say, "Well, how did you know to look at this particular spot?" I wasn't looking at any in particular spot. I was searching the entire lake perimeter. It just happened to be that it was 35 minutes away from where I started. There was no
Yeah.
magical thing that somebody said, I think it's, if you're going to find one, it's going to be here. We basically said the only way to clear this lake is to circle the entire perimeter, even the parts that a vehicle couldn't be there. So let's just scour it. So that's kind of how that happened. And then once I saw it, I went over it for about another 10 minutes. And then we called me and Devin, the cameraman that was with me. We called Doug. And eventually he made his way over. I kept searching. I marked it on the GPS, kept searching. And then when I saw Doug coming around the corner, that's when I met him back over there. And that's when we both were scouring it. And he's like, yeah, this is definitely something. And then from the time we hooked the magnet onto it till the time I dove on it, I'm going to say there was almost a 2-hour period there, because at that point we had to be real discreet about it as to not alarm people. We actually had a person from the New York Post that was following us at that point. They were back at the boat ramp, so we had to be like, how are we going to move our whole team into position without alarming them? Because it's a media. As soon as the word gets out, this place is going to be crawling, and we don't want to provide any false hope or get the family there before we confirm it, because there's only one way to confirm it's the vehicle you're looking for, and that's to get in the water and physically see it. So it was about 2 hours by the time we got back to the boat ramp, discreetly maneuvered, loaded everything back up in our mobile dive unit, drove around to that particular point of the lake, park. Then I had to put my dive gear on and go back into the water. So it was early afternoon by the time we actually confirmed that it was her vehicle and that there was human remains inside.
As we were getting ready to get in the car and go up there, I got a call from DX at 2:48, and I answered the phone, and she, I just tell the tone of her voice, and she's like, "Have you heard?" And I was like, "What?" And she's kind of like slowly like backing into it. I'm like, just tell me what is it? And I turned my back, and she's like, "Adventures with Purpose, put out a Facebook post that they found her." And so I was like, okay. And so then I just hung up, and I turned around, and but I could see like activity. So it ends up that they put it out 30 minutes before, but I could see like these people like in the campgrounds were like starting to look. So I just turned around and I said, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, but it's out on social media, but they found Kiely, and she's in the water. And it was heartbreaking. And they and they said, "Where is she? Where is she?" And I said, "She's, I know that they're right down on the point." And so we went down there. Daniel jumped on his quad runner and screamed down there, and David got in his truck, and I got in mine, and we were only 3/8 of a mile away. We pulled up, and I watched the Adventures with Purpose thing for the first time today. I've seen people screenshot clips, but I didn't want to watch it, but I watched it just for the sake of doing this. And, when you see Daniel riding up on the quad runner, and, that's how they were notified. And then David, who's her mom's father, used my phone to call his wife to tell her. And
do you know how her mom found out?
I was told. Okay. I have not talked to her mom. I was told by her dad, the grandfather, that she found out friends on social media when she was eating. And I know I did hear from the grandmother for the first time last night. She emailed me about something, and she confirmed that that's how she found out as well, through friends from social media. So I know there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, the dad and grandfather were with Adventures with Purpose," and I know they maybe edited it that way to look like it, but they, we found out on social media.
There's a question here. Says, how come AWP said that the dad was there within 90 seconds of them notifying the family?
That's if they said that, that's an incorrect statement. I can tell you, I know that I know on the Facebook, I know there was 4 edits to it apparently, but I think it first came out at like 2:28 or something like that. I can't remember, but at 2:48 is when I got the call, and we were probably there at 2:50. In fact, I, just because I'm an investigator, I like film everything. I have a video here. Let me see when it's timestamped. I have a video of us driving down, and you can see Daniel on the quad runner in front of us. Let me see when that's timestamped at that.
Yeah, because people are saying, because in the video,
here it is.
They're saying they see. They're saying that they
at 2:50. That's us driving down. It's timestamped August 21st, 2:50 p.m.
Okay, But yeah, people are saying that AWP, that in the video, you can see them calling the aunt and grandmother.
But they're in a boat when they do that, right? And I mean, when we arrive, I mean, Doug's on land. So,
right.
You know what I mean? So here's the other thing. When I was watching that video today, you know, their sonar has times on it, and there's timestamps at 12 something in the afternoon. So they say the next day, they said that they confirmed the car, they found the car and it was confirmed at 10:30, and they said it was confirmed at 11:15. So why they didn't call law enforcement at 11:15, I don't know. But in their own timestamps that I just noticed 30 minutes before we started this, on their sonar, it shows, one of them shows 12:10 p.m. and this is when he says he's going to make the phone call. And then, but the other one shows, and then when he tells everybody, turn your phones off, I screenshot that, and that guy's phone, he shows him turning it off, is 12:16 p.m. But then they must have refilmed some stuff, because then their sonar starts showing 3 something p.m. So I think they refilmed scenes.
I would recommend. It's your daughter. This your daughter, dude. Do what you want to do. I would recommend this is not a part of that. Yeah.
It's going to be my last hurricane.
I'm Doug.
Okay.
Who are you with? Who are you with?
Detective with Nevada County. So
okay.
I want to be able to confirm everything that.
Yeah, behind me, the buoy under. You see the buoy behind me?
Okay.
14 feet under the buoy is her vehicle. My diver was able to identify there are remains in the back.
Investigators revealed the vehicle from beneath the surface of the lake, slowly pulling it to shore, appearing to be a silver Honda CR-V, the same one Kiely Rodni was driving the night she disappeared. Right now, they're trying to determine whether the body found inside is in fact Kiely Rodni. They first arrived at the Prosser family campground around 4 p.m. this afternoon. They pulled the car out of the lake just before 8 p.m. this evening.
Yes, so obviously I've thought of this too because of the information that we received prior to our start of this investigation, and then where we found her, knowing that the police and the authorities had already searched this lake, and I believe they searched it on the Sunday after she went missing. So that would have only been, a day and a half after she was last seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there a possibility that they didn't miss the vehicle? The vehicle wasn't in the lake at that point. Absolutely a possibility. Am I familiar enough with what a person looks like in 2 weeks versus 12 days? Not at all. Is it going to look any different? Maybe not. So, near as I can tell, the vehicle looked like it had been there at least a week with the amount of just the way it looked to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't speculate any further than that. And sure, my mind's asking these same questions.
Yeah.
And very well could be that the vehicle wasn't in there when they first searched the lake.
So we're looking for a silver vehicle. Her Honda CR-V is silver in color. Helicopters have stated that they could see the bottom of this reservoir. We've had multiple different extreme levels of sonar utilized by different sonar teams in this reservoir. I'm confident in what they've done. However,
yeah, I think that's a great question. That's one that everybody's going to have, right? Is how did we not find it when we were searching? The lake was extensively searched with side sonar, with an ROV. We had divers, we had swimmers.